Welcome back, card fighters and zero fighters and anyone else who's watching this. We're back again with another card deck profile video. For this time, we're covering Narukami, which is actually one of the best decks in this game. Just like really high on the tiers because of the really good upgrades. And this time, not any Narukami, we're covering Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion and his cross-ride version, which is Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion the Blood. So let's get into the deck, which is really strong, and I've been grinding a lot with him because the deck's also really fun to play. Because also you win a lot anyway. So yeah, so this is the deck. This is my deck profile. You can run a few more different styles, but I'll explain to you what the deck does and what you can change. So let's get into like the order, because I tried to do it without the order, but this deck is a little bit confusing if you didn't go through like a numerical order. So we have Zaishen, which can snipe starters and create annoying grade ones. If you don't know who Zaishen is, you probably have not been playing Narukami, because he's been Narukami's starter day one, and like he's one of the best ones other than Dandan for the new Dungary deck. And honestly, he's like one of the good, really like the best ones, like the one that everyone's gonna use until a new starter comes in, but not yet. So Lizard Soldier Zaishen has a basic skill where when the attack this unit boosted hits a Vanguard, you counterblast one, put in the soul to tie one of your opponents, create one or less records. Like I said, it's snipe starters, or create lower like annoying grade ones. Then we have 4 PGs, and then we have 3 of these dudes. Who is this? Desert Gunner Ryan, yeah. So he is really good because he can seal intercepts and sometimes win you the game by sealing those intercepts. Like in just some cases, but if it happens, it happens. It doesn't always happen, but also Ryan also is really good. Is that I like the fact that you can swing with your rear cards at the opponent's Vanguard without attacking their intercepts first, but then later on you finish them off anyways with Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion or the Blood form, because sometimes you want to take out those PGs first and to crit them with, well, for Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion the Blood. Or also sometimes the power is that since Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion and the Blood gains a lot of power, you usually want to have the high power attack last, so all of your attacks can hit. So Ryan is gonna be useful, and also with Shiden, who is the grade 2 over here, who has the same ability. And yeah, so I don't need to cover Shiden and Ryan. Actually, one thing though, like if you don't really enjoy Ryan, if you don't really like Ryan, you can also run more Dragoons, Red River Dragoon, to have more better like attack columns, like magical number columns. If you don't know what magical number is, magical numbers are the numbers that usually get over your opponent's base Vanguard. So like, for example, if your opponent's Vanguard power is 11, the magical numbers would be 5k above that each time. So 16, 21, 26, because if you check a trigger, because like anything in between will have the same range with, for example, you're attacking with 18k and 16k, they both will have the same effect on your opponent who's at 11k base Vanguard, because one trigger will shut it down, a non-trigger will still let both hit, and like it doesn't really affect. So you don't really want to scale too much power. Just magical numbers is the best term for this game. This is Vanguard. Even in the physical game, it's really good. Magical numbers are really used a lot because of power stacking and stuff. Then we have, let's go into the deck again. Two Rising Phoenix. Rising Phoenix has a skill where you get the Soul Blast to, when you place him, you get the Soul Blast to draw one. A basic skill, but he's really good because sometimes this deck basically has no use of the soul, and with this deck doesn't plus that much. Actually, it doesn't plus at all, because this card I won't be considered as plussing, because he does give you a card in hand, but it's for a trigger, and like that's not necessarily always a good thing. So then Rising Phoenix does help us get some plussing, because this deck does not plus as much, but the reason why it's so good is because it minus so much your opponent until your opponent is like, I call 3 cards down to the record. Oh, you recall down 3. Next turn I'll just retire all of them. I'll attack all of them once. That's Narukami's playstyle right now, not yet with the binding. well, Dungry Pines, but not Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion. So it's really nice to give you some draws. Sometimes you also draw into like one of the best key pieces if you need it at it anyways. Then we have 2 Dragoons because he's an 8k and he's really good at making columns with Djinn of the Lightning Flash, which makes 22k columns, and that's really good because especially like against MLB, because MLB has 12k. So like if you even if you check a trigger, you can still swing with the 22k column. Magical numbers. Then we have 2 Ginkakus, which is a self damager because this deck is a limit break and ultimate break reliant deck, but he is really strong. So, well, not really strong, I mean like this deck is really strong, although the reliant, once you have the conditions, it will be really strong. Maybe I would say if you don't ride Ryan, you would run 4 Ginkakus, 3 Dragoons or something like that. I would say you can run more Ginkaku, but this is how I like it to play, because usually if my opponent doesn't rush me that often, well, I'll just rush you, because my playstyle is opponent does not rush, I'll rush them. If they try to rush me, I'll just play defensive and then overpower them by playing defensive and offensive at the same time, you know. That is my playstyle. But if you have a different playstyle, you're fine to play around with the deck formula, but I would say this is like the good grade ones rather than the PGs, because Rising Phoenix also run only 2 max, because more than 2 he's pretty much useless. It's a 5k body. It's quite annoying sometimes because his magical columns are not too high in the his columns does not make magical numbers, which is kind of sad. But Rising Phoenix is a good +1. And then we have 3 Garudas because he's the counter charger and this deck uses a lot of counter blast. That's basically it. But he is like, you wanna counter charge as much as possible, because this deck is really strong if you can keep counter charging, refueling the resources. That's why you run 3. I can say you can run 4, but I just prefer to run 3. If you want, it's okay. And then this is like the 5 grade 2s you want to run. I would say Draconic Deathside run like 1 or 2 off, because he does use counter blast, but usually you want to focus your counter blast on the grade 3 boss units, you know, because we'll get into why you want to concentrate them. Then we have 3 Desert Kanashi then, which basically shields the grade 2's intercepts your opponent have. We have Draconic Deathside, a 1-off, because I like Draconic Deathside to snipe grade 1s actually. You don't really snipe the grade 2's because you're gonna, if you don't, like, usually you just use Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion to boop and all of them are gone, which is really strong. But Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion, that side is really good, but then the problem is he uses 2 counter blasts to retire. You can check the skill here. When placed, you counter blast 2 to retire one of your opponent's grade 2 or less cards. That is really annoying because sometimes you know that Dragonic, if you don't know, Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion and his platform uses a lot of counter blasts. Then sometimes we don't get into, if you don't get your Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion or the blood, that can be really annoying. So what can you do to solve that? You run this grade 2 where Stormbringer Dragon, when this attack hits a Vanguard, you counter blast 1, check the top 5 and add grade 3 into grade 3 to your hand. Really good, like gonna be really useful. No, actually I'm just thinking, what if they add the grade 4 units that actually goes to deck, you know, the like Novel Vac, I don't know how to say it, Novel Vac, I call it that. Novel Vac, the original form, which is in Kagura, will it be a trigger? Let's not go to trigger, because he says Draconic grade 3 or greater and I just thought about it. Then you can run, I would say run 2 or 3. 1 is also actually good, like it's a okay, but I run 2 because just like I'm sometimes scared, like because you need those grade 3s to actually pop off really nice. Then we also will doing this deck in tournament, what you need. Then we have 4 of the Eradicators, Eradicator, I mean Vermillion 12k attackers, Dusty Plasma Dragon. Really good because it makes, it hits 12k and sometimes your opponent has 10k grade 2 and sometimes you have a hard time with the 9k. That's why I run 4 of them, because usually I don't want my Vanguard to swing at a 10k rear card because you want to focus that on your opponent's Vanguard. Thirsty Plasma Dragon. So I also have an SP form here, just a small flex. Weird. Then we have 4 Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion, because this deck is supposed to play Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion. I have also the rank reward, which is an alternate art. His skill is you get to limit break 4, you counter blast 2 to plus 2k, and this unit will have the following ability: when it attacks, this unit battles all of your opponent's front row units in one attack. So when it attacks all 3, so it denies all I'm so sorry. It denies all intercepts and also swings at your opponent's crit 3, which is really nice also. Just swing at their own entire front row. So if they have a full board, it just swings and makes everything disappear. And also gets plus 3k if it attacks a Vanguard. I closed it accidentally. Then we have one Dungaree, because sometimes Dungaree is really nice. That I wish it wasn't once per turn, but then what Dungaree does sometimes is that when you only have one counter blast, you can just go Dungaree, retire one of their create 2 rear cards, then you just use another like of one of your Ryan or Shiden to seal the other rear card and just swing at the Vanguard 3 times and then go for game. Yeah, you probably know Dungaree, but his skill is you counterblast 1, put a random card from your bind zone to the bottom of the deck, retire one of your front row card, opponent's front row cards. When you place him on Vanguard, you get to bind 2 cards. You already know that. Then we run 4 of the Chin of the Lightning Flash because he makes good columns, and also the heal trigger. He also runs as heal triggers because you don't really need him, but if you get him, he can make some strong columns, which is really nice. Then we have Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion, the Blood, the boss of this, like one of the this set, like really good. The Blood has been coming so much to me. I got 3 I think from whole pack. So and then I thought I shouldn't have trade one from the triple rare exchange, because I could have crafted him. I forgot what's a crafting system in Vanguard 0. Then the Blood skill is you counterblast 3. Oh, you can also, I'll leave the on the top right on the card if you want to check out the set opening at the end of the video, so because you should watch this first. So his skill is you limit break 5, which is ultimate break, counterblast 3, you plus this unit gets 5000 power and an extra critical until the end of turn, and this unit gets also the following ability, which is the same like Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion, where it attacks the whole front row. Counterblast 3, he gains more power and also extra crit. It's a static crit, it's really nice because you can clear out intercept, proc a PG, so they will have to force PG. When you swing at your rear card for go for game. They're just really strong because this deck, like this, the problem, like this is why it's so strong is because this game Vanguard 0 speeds up the game and changes a bit of the game rule, and there is only basically 2 ways of guarding in this game. You have, well, 3. One is that you get damage triggers, which is like really lucky, and also like you need those heals, and then second you have PGs, and then third is that you have intercepts. But now because of Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion, how they work is that they don't care about your intercept, just like Seal Dragon. So like that's why it's so strong. But then also there's also a deck which has ignores your intercept and also like attacks so many times, and also will say if you don't have a grade 3 and a PG you will die. Which is if you don't know, it's Echo Force, and I can't build a deck. I don't think I can because I got only 1 glory and I don't think I have enough time to grind the Maelstrom. I've been a little bit tired. Like the weather is not like, it's not great for me. Just been making me lazy. And then we have it has cross ride Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion, and also it has an additional skill which is different from the original one, where if this unit is cross riding, its limit break 5 will become limit break 4. So its ultimate break will become normal limit break, which is actually really good because ultimate break is quite annoying to get, like I said. And also the counterblast 3, actually honestly at the first I think people were like kind of sad because like counterblast 3, oh that's so overpriced, but honestly counterblast 3 is fine because of how much Garuda refreshes, then your heals also refresh, and then on top of that your grade 2s and grade 1 doesn't necessarily say you have to use grade like counterblast. No, they're like, oh, if you have spare counterblast, will make it better for you, you know, which is really strong. And that's why this deck is so good, because the rear cards basically have the Vanguard fulfill the cost, and like, oh, if you want you can give us some of your energy, so I will help you destroy the whole game. It will not game like the whole board. I've lost, I was so close here to ranking up to rank 15, and I know what happened. I just had a 3 loss streak, so let's go tournament mode and try that out here. I think I still have it. Alright, okay. So Dragonic Overlord, Blaster Blade, and Blaster Dark are the new exchange, but I already got 4 Blaster Blades, 4 Dragonic Overlords, and 4 Blaster Darks. Oh, wait, I don't know if about Blaster Darks, but Blaster Dark is not that amazing in this game because his skills only have Vanguard. So let's play the Narukami deck. So this deck is like tier 1 because of how the deck works. It gets nullifying intercept so easily. It minuses the opponent so much to an extent where you don't even have to plus that much to get the advantage. Which, like, yeah, I kind of feel bad sometimes when I'm playing Narukami. So I'm gonna play only 1 game because like 2 games usually is too long and like I don't want to bore you guys anyways. So yeah, 1 game should be enough for you guys. So I think this deck is really good. You can experiment some of it. Okay, let's play MLP. Let's go. Ban duck quack quack. That's interesting. Alright, so we open up like this. We wanna search for the grade 3. I wanna put back one of my PGs. I can ride Stormbringer Dragon. She then should be fine because extra intercept would be great. No, not that grade 3. No, I actually honestly this is fine because even if I shuffled back if I didn't redraw, I'm gonna throw it anyway. So feels bad, but that's fine. At least can make columns. I just have this like habit that since if I draw into a heal early on, it's not that great. But I think that's the only reason why I think that is because I started when I played G, I got G Guardians late in the game because I don't know why. It's because like I'm not in a competitive stage when I'm playing the physical Vanguard, so that's why I got generation cards so late. So like didn't see the greatness of having heal triggers in hand. Although heal triggers in hand is really good now. Well, actually now I approve of heal triggers, but I don't know why. Sometimes it just comes into me. No heal triggers. Oh, checking the blood. Oh, Tingaku. That's good for the self damager. Okay, Marin. I've run into MLP before and I don't know why, what happened, but just the I remember why MLP was hated by a lot of people because no matter sometimes that you didn't do any mistakes in the gameplay, it's just the deck is really strong. Oh, they're playing Blaster Blade Seeker also, wow. Spirit, why Seeker again? There goes my Red River Schoons. I only have 2, now they're gone. There goes a Blaster Blade. But the thing about running Seeker is Spirit, it's not that great also sometimes because anything that hits it, it will die. It was just legit. Oh, that's a creature I don't think I want to draw. Okay. I'll seal off this intercept. Okay, then I'll swing. If you see, you can tell that I like to play aggressive. I usually get punished for it because my opponent is like defensive trigger and oh no, like oh, one of my okay, this time it didn't punish me. I can actually use snipe his grade 0, but I don't think I want to. Okay, let's use Stormbringer Dragon first. They check a heal. But that's fine, Still can work around this, just like usual. Oh, let's go, I got the blood with the normal one. We want to focus the normal one first because staying on the blood is great and all, but like, not really actually. I'll keep it like this. 7 cards in hand, I might overdraw. This deck doesn't plus that much, but sometimes the triggers just like keep checking sometimes. Okay, MLP. Luckily I didn't retire that grade 0 because it didn't matter. Blaster Dart. Star Call into a Blaster Blade. Okay. Okay. If I was playing Seal Dragons right now, like if I were to play like the new blockade, the new Blockade Inferno, I would retire all their creatures right now, and I would kind of push them like in a bad way, so like they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Okay, I'll PG that. That's fine. You can proc the PG. And that's one PG. I need to remember that. Withdraw trigger. Okay. So far one of their PGs are in the bottom of the deck. Cancel God. Okay. Now I don't even need to go to limit break. I can just stay in my normal like it's not limit break. Garuda. Ah, that's good. I'll be happy to counter charge. I might even use Saishin for the dog. So we'll use the skill of Rising Phoenix first to draw one. Wow, the game is just feeling really nice, eh? Dangri is no. Actually, I should call Dangri because I need to swing at the rear card. Why would I call Jin of the Lightning Flash? Alright. Okay, now let's see. With Garuda, he's swinging 14k on his 12k. Let's calm game of Vanguard 0. That's the dark counter charge. I think we can win actually against MLB. That's accomplishment, you know. MLB is just one of those like really strong decks, and like no matter what you do, sometimes it's just that if your opponent throws two pieces, like you're gonna have a lot. You're not gonna have much of a great time because of it, like the deck doesn't give you that much of like you could have done this. No, like you did right. Sometimes it's just that the deck is just too strong, you know. Okay, no. I don't need it. Alright. Seems really good right now. I just got the sudden urge of thirst. Do I have water? No, I do not have water. Let's go. Okay, I'm back again. Here comes Buster Dart. Marin. Oh, it's not gonna give me. Alright. Nullified. Okay. Just like the classic MLP how they played. Still annoying as ever. Ooh. Should I go into the blood? Let's just try to finish him off right now. Is it risky? Yes, it is. Self damage. Ooh. There goes the Kaiser Vermillion. Okay, no, don't. So I'll use ultimate break, swing, retire that 4th front row, then swing again. And because right now they don't really have much of plussing right now, so this is a good way right now because they only have 3 cards in hand also. A good opportunity to finish the game. So yeah, that is what the deck basically does. Oh, don't mind my brother, he's just playing some game. Oh wait, my opponent did FPGs. Ah, that feels bad for him. Oh, there goes a PG. And can he check a heal? Oh, that's 2 PG. Ah, that kinda hurt. Actually beat MLP. Wow. That was interesting. Actually beat MLB. Wow. Can I spare another game? Can I really spare another game? I feel like that's a really short game. But I did show you the whole deck. I think I should leave it here because one game is so you guys can experiment with the deck on your own, and also one win is really good. Like that showed you how this deck can do what they can do. So yeah, this deck is really good. Have a lot of decisions. Like it's really various. It has a lot of winning images, I guess. There is like, yeah, there's so many winning images, and it's really fun to play the deck. And yeah, if you guys have the blood, you can also make this deck. You can also experience some of this deck. I actually put this deck in the forum. If you guys play the game, you can leave a like if you would wanna see that also. Like I don't know. So that's it for today's video. I'll be ending it here. So I'm leaving it on a high note. So leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below on your thoughts of the deck profile or any questions you might have. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and select all to get notified when my videos come out. So you can get updated for the latest Vanguard news, more deck profiles to help you with Zero, and also my pack openings. I'll probably leave it here now. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're bored, you can watch my other videos. But that's it for me, the team. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.